Hello, I'm Tara.
And I'm Jill.
We are from livingonadime.com and the authors of How to Save on Groceries e-course and our Dining on a Dime cookbook, which has over 1,200 recipes and money-saving tips. You get your money's worth out of this. You really do.
I don't know that we've ever had anybody say they haven't saved the cost of the book and way more.
Yep. And we offer a money-back guarantee on all of our products. You can check them out for 60 days. If you don't feel you've gotten your money's worth, please email us and we will give you a refund. And we've only had 3 people ask for a refund, and 2 of those they had already bought it and they didn't realize.
I don't know that counts.
It was the ebook. Like, okay. And then one lady, she was just, being persnickety. So anyway, today we are talking about 10 meals to make and freeze ahead that are healthy, but on those busy nights, you can take them out really quick and do them. So first one is barbecue beef and barbecue meatballs, but you start off with the roast before for the barbecue beef. So what we would do is the day before we would make a roast and make an extra big one. Then if, let's say we're not going to be home or something, then I will freeze it. Freeze the extra beef into family-sized meals, and I freeze mine in aluminum foil and then put it in a freezer bag, because what I do is I just take it out of the freezer, throw it straight into the oven, or you can throw it straight into the crock pot, throw some barbecue sauce on top, spread that on your buns, add a bag of salad, or add some cut up vegetables like cut up carrots, cucumbers, peppers with some ranch dressing, and you've got a whole meal.
Tater tots, french fries, something like that.
Yeah, super easy, super quick. The next one is barbecue meatballs or meatloaf. Now, what I do is I get 10-pound chub of hamburger. Now, I have a large family, but if you're single like Mom, you could do this with 1 or 2 pounds and not have to have 10 pounds. But I take the 10-pound chub, and what people don't know is barbecue meatballs and meatloaves are the same recipe.
Well, not even barbecue meatballs. You can use those meatballs for spaghetti, for all kinds of things.
Yeah. So whatever
you need meatballs for
is I just quadruple my recipe, and instead of making, and it takes the same amount of time. It doesn't take any more time because you already got a mess. And so I will line my loaf pans with aluminum foil, and I will throw in the batter for meatloaf for 2 or 3 of those. And then I'll pack up balls and line them on a cookie sheet, and freeze them, and then put them in freezer bags. Then I can use them for spaghetti or sweet and sour meatballs.
Or barbecue meatballs.
Which are in here.
Hoagie meatball sandwiches.
Yep. Grandma's barbecue meatballs on page 177. Everybody loves. Literally 5 minutes, guys. One night when you have time to cook dinner, and then you just take that 5 minutes and put them in there.
And if you think about it, you have like three, maybe depending on the size of your family, 4 meals with just that one night of cooking.
Yeah. And
you've got almost a whole week's worth of cooking.
And it takes me not even 15 minutes to do 5 meals at once. I mean, super easy. The next one is bean goulash. Now, this is actually, everybody says, ooh, bean goulash. This is one of our best recipes.
I do not eat beans. I do not like beans at all. But this bean goulash is so good that it has barbecue sauce in it, doesn't it? And hamburger and bacon. It's
yummy. And it's on page 185 in Dining on a Dime. And this one, it goes every...
And it's so great together because you could put the leftovers from it in small containers, take it with lunch to work, If you don't have a microwave at work or something, put it in a small thermos to take with you to work. On a trip, in the winter, if you're going on a trip, throw some in a thermos jug to take for your family, stuff like that.
And then just chop up some vegetables like some carrots and onions and celery. Chop those up, serve it with some ranch dressing and some French bread.
And you're done.
$5, 15 minutes worth of work. You put the bean goulash in the crock pot or on the stove first thing in the morning, that night, ready, seriously less than 15
Freeze
minutes.
is great. What did you have left over?
And you just saved yourself $50 eating out. Yeah. So the next one is chicken pot pie on page 199. Now this is another one where I will cook 3 or 4 at a time because you're not doing any, I mean, you have to chop extra vegetables, but everything's already out and you just finish chopping. The thing is, you can use canned vegetables if you want.
Oh yeah, or the frozen bag of mixed vegetables. Yeah.
Make it easy on yourself. Don't do more work. So I will make up several chicken pot pies and put them in the freezer and then just bring them out, throw them in the oven later and do it. And what's funny is we really don't do freezer cooking.
I know. We don't do this like 30 meals and spend 2 days cooking big, huge freezer cooking.
I've never understood these people, you know,
But
like...
see, if you do a chicken like that, you can do up very quickly. Just instead of doing huge, like thinking 30 days, think 1 week at a time. This takes care of the, 4 or 5 minutes.
And so what I'll do is I'll make like one of these each night on a week that's not busy. And then in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll just have the same meal. Yeah, so it's not hard. The next one, green chili. Oh, this is my favorite. Page 215. This really is one of my favorite recipes. And it freezes super easy. Once again, I make a triple, quadruple batch just on the night that I'm cooking it. I use either leftover chicken, repurposed chicken, or repurposed pork from pork chops or pork loin, that kind of thing. And just make it up, throw it in there. Then on the night I do need it, I just throw it in the pan, let it defrost while I'm getting everything else on the table. Serve it with tortillas, cheese, and sour cream, chips, and you're done.
Yep.
The next one is ham and beans. Now, we aren't big bean eaters, but I know a lot of people are. But around Easter, I always have a ham bone.
Yeah.
So what I do is I freeze that ham bone, and then later I'll make a huge pot of ham and beans, freeze it into family portions, and then we'll have ham and beans, once a week or once every 2 weeks for 6 or 8 meals, because I make a big pot. You know, you get a lot.
And it's real easy. Ham and beans, you just throw like 3 ingredients with a few spices in a pot, and it takes no time at all.
And let it simmer. So let's see, I lost my count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we 3 more. Hash, page 186. This is a super yummy recipe. It's great. It's gluten-free if you need to be gluten-free. Super simple. Rice, hamburger, tomatoes, peppers, onions if you want. And you just bake it up and serve it with some cheese on top. Yummy, super easy.
And there are some recipes where you can use hash browns, grated up potatoes too, with that in place of rice sometimes. Did you know that? You didn't know that.
Well, I guess.
That's what they
with
used
tomatoes?
to use. Well, you don't have to put the tomatoes in. You can put whatever you want in hash a lot of times. Hash is just like a agglomeration.
Yeah, so pretty much you can switch whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want in hash, whatever you have for leftovers,
So what we do is we just make it up and then freeze it, once again, in a loaf pan or a casserole dish, in foil, and then throw it in the oven.
And you're done.
It's quick, easy, and you're done. Number 9 is shepherd's pie. Now this one is kind of, how do I say? I don't really think about it because I just use my repurposed food, aka leftovers. And what I do is I throw in my chicken and my vegetables and then gravies, and then I'll do the same thing, throw it in the freezer, mashed potatoes on top, whatever you want on top. You could do mashed potatoes, you could do hash browns again, those types of things with some cheese, and then you have a really yummy shepherd's pie.
And another good thing is to keep a container in your refrigerator, and when you have a handful of one type of leftover vegetable, stick it in the container, and when you get a bunch of those, then you can make the shepherd's pie with those vegetables.
Make it all together at once so you don't have to do it at once. The last but not least is sloppy joes. Now here's another one where I don't really make the sloppy joes. What I do is I take 10 pounds of hamburger because I have a large family. Now, if you don't have a large family, do 1 or 2 pounds.
Cut it down.
Just, do it to the size that you need. But I take 10 pounds of hamburger and cook it all at once in my Dutch oven. It takes like 5 minutes longer to cook that amount of meat. Well, maybe 5 to 10 minutes longer to cook that large amount of meat. I chop it up, rinse it to get all the fat off with hot water. If you didn't know this, rinse your hamburger with hot, really super hot water and strain it, and it gets all the extra fat off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just repackage it into little packages for sloppy joes, for tacos,
hamburger
for hash,
casserole,
hamburger casserole, all those, cheeseburger rolls, all those dinners in here. And then I just pull out the hamburger, defrost it, add my sloppy joe mix. You can make homemade, which is only 4 or 5 ingredients. Super simple, right here.
Actually, if you do that and nothing else, you can use that for so many things: tacos, enchiladas, burritos, all that. So if you can just do nothing else but that one tip, you're way ahead of the game.
Yeah. And then I cook dinner in less than 5-10 minutes. I mean, seriously.
If you got that hamburger cooked up like that, you can pull it out and you can whip up anything real fast.
So I hope those 10 meals will help you when you're having a really busy day. Please check out our How to Save on Groceries e-course and our Dining on a Dime cookbook. And also check out the description below. We have the link for all of these recipes at livingonadime.com. And we will see you guys next time.